Good morning, friends. In this class, we will complete the question and answers of the two poems, "The Dust of Snow" and "Fire and Ice." I suppose you all must have opened the books. If you don't have the books, you can go to any of the NCERT site, and there you will find the questions. But I will read the questions and I will try to answer the questions. Listen to the questions attentively. Now, thinking about the poem, I'm talking of Dust of Snow. Now, this poem presents a moment that seems simple but has a larger significance. Now, what is a dust of snow? The first question is, what is a dust of snow? Now, as I said, that dust of snow, dust, the small particles, जैसे बहुत धूल उड़ती है तो चीज़ों के ऊपर हल्की हल्की धूल की परत चढ़ जाती है ना, दैट इज़ डस्ट. So dust of snow, why snow? Snow is very light. Now, the particles of snow, the small particles of snow, that is the dust of snow. What does the poet say has changed his mood? Poet says that when he was standing under a hemlock tree, a crow whooshed down the tree or a branch of a tree, and because of that, the dust of snow fallen onto the writer and has given a break in the continuity of his depressed thought. How has the poet's mood changed? Poet's mood changed, as I said, that he was carrying the thoughts of rage, the thoughts of revenge, or any of the negative thoughts that is going to spoil his entire day, and his mood was changed. Now, question number 2. How does Frost present nature in the poem? The following question may help you to think of an answer. Now, this first question and the parts are, what are the birds that are usually named in the poet? Now, in the question they are writing birds, but there is only one bird that is named in the poem, and it is crow. So the bird that named in the poem is crow. Do you think crow is often mentioned in poems? No. Crows are not often mentioned in the poems. Here, writer is using crow because writer wants to give a very specific purpose, because crow is a representation of negative. What images come to your mind when you think of a crow? So when you think of a crow, even in Hindu mythology, as I said in the poem, when the crow hits your head, then it is a sign of coming to death. And there are so many things. Even crows in Indian mythology are also known as the carrier of they act as a messenger between the dead and the one who are living. Now, what are the birds that are usually named in the poem? Of course, it is only one bird, crow. Do you think crow is often mentioned in poems? No, crows are not often mentioned in the poems. What image just come to your mind when you think of crow? The image that comes to my mind is the negative image, the image that carries some not positive, negative. So writer is specifically using crow to show that everything that was going was negative. The hemlock tree, the poisonous tree, the crow, a negative bird. Again, what is a hemlock tree? Now, hemlock tree is a tree that you find in the Mediterranean region, and there it's not a very big tree. Of course, yeah, you can say that फैलता बहुत ज़्यादा है, and it has white flowers, and the tree is poisonous. Why doesn't the poet write about more beautiful trees such as maple or an oak or a pine? Now, we have discussed in it greater length that writer could have used the oak tree or the maple tree or the pine tree, but all these trees would give a positive connotation. Here a writer wants to give the negative connotation. The person is depressed, he is standing under a poisonous tree, and a crow is doing something. In a longer run, if you see the intention of the writer, then you would find that through he want to give you an idea that through the negativity, even through the negative aspects of your life, you get something that would break the continuity of the thought. Now, hemlock tree is a poisonous tree with white flowers, and the writer is not using the good trees, as I said the reason. Now, the question number 3, what do the crow and hemlock represent? Now, crow and hemlock represent joy or sorrow? It is not joy, it is sorrow. What does the dust of snow that crows shake off hemlock tree stand for? The dust of snow, you can say, stands for the joy. Joy. But this joy is coming from the negative source. The negative source, hemlock tree and crow. So indirectly, writer is saying that the things that you consider negative, they also are the career of the positive things in life. So the crow and hemlock here represent sorrow, but the dust of snow represent joy. Now, question number 3. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Have you experienced a similar moment that changed your mood that day? Here you are free to write, and it happens in everyone's life. Many a time we feel depressed, many a time we feel hopeless. Sometimes we feel right in this lockdown. Many people, they feel depressed, many people they feel hopeless, many lost their jobs. Now, when you experience this kind of mood, now is there something happened that changed the mood? Yes, happened. It might be a simple TV program or a simple WhatsApp message that you read and you started laughing, and that gives the break in the continuity of the thoughts that were very depressing. So it happened in all our lives. Try to write down your own one, try to figure out from your life if there is an incident where you feel very depressed and later on suddenly one thing proved to be a dust of snow. So you can say that that proves to be the dust of snow that breaks the continuity of my depressed thoughts. So here's all the questions of this NCERT book. Now let us come to the second poem, Fire and Ice. Now, thinking about the poem, there are many ideas about the world, about how the world will end. Do you think the world will end someday? Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst or grew colder and colder? Yeah, we all think, and if we won't be able to think that way, um, it's impossible to write the science fiction. Now, there are many ideas about how the world will end. Now, the astrologers, they are saying that a day would come, what you call the Qayamat ka din hoga wo, jab sab khatam ho jayega. And the science is saying that soon, not soon, very soon, but a day would come when the sun would lose all its heat, and it would get cold and cold and cold, and the earth would finish. There are many other theories that the sun, there are so many nuclear reactions happening on the sun. A bigger nuclear reaction would burn the entire of the solar system. So anything could happen. There are many ideas. A meteor would hit the earth. It already happened, and we have seen that how dinosaurs extinct because of that meteor. So we have also seen the big catastrophe, the last ice age that literally eliminate most of the population and civilization on earth. Have you ever thought what would happen if sun got so hot? Yeah, everything would be burned, that it burst or grew colder and colder. Then we again would be in the ice age, and in cold it's not possible to live. Now in question number 2, the series of words are given. So let us find out what are the words that are associated with fire and what are the words that are associated with ice. For frost, what do fire and ice stand for? Here are some ideas. Now greed. Greed is born of that extreme desire. So you can say that this word is lalach jisko bolte hain. That is fire. Conflict, fire, but insensitivity. It's ice. Avarice, it's ice. Fury, rage and fury, it's fire. Coldness, ice. Cruelty, it's ice. Intolerance, ice. Indifference, ice. Lust, fire. Rigidity, ice. Hatred, ice. So these are the wonderful words that you can use in writing your answer. What fire stands for in the abstract human emotion, and what ice stands for in the abstract human emotion. Now, question number 3. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? How does it help in bringing out the contrasting ideas in the poem? Now, to find out the rhyme scheme in the poem, you can see the first stanza, this fire, ice, desire, fire. So it is A, B, A, A. In the second one, now twice, hate, ice, great, suffice. So it is A, B, A, B, A. So I suppose we have completed the question and answers of both the chapters. You can copy the question and answers in your notebook. Our next chapter would be, we will first try to take all the poetries. Now the next poem is A Tiger in the Zoo. We would do it in the next class. Thank you.